So I'm not super sure where all the parts are. I gotta find all the parts and then figure out how this thing goes back together. This is why you don't take things apart and walk away for a year and then be like, oh, I need to fix that now. I mean, that's the brake light switch, and I don't even remember how this thing goes back together. But really the back brake, if I remember right, with all my non-college educated background, the back brake is only used 50% of the time, all the time. So I guess it's not real important if it works. Need to get this lever off of here. There's all kinds of springs and doodads on there. Looks like this main spring is a T30. Oh yeah, these golden ratchets that I got for my birthday, they ain't gonna last. I can tell you, I'm hitting well, we'll see how long they last. This thing don't shoot off of here. Oh wow, okay. There's all kinds of shit going on here. So I gotta unhook that. Have to, I bet that's going to be a nightmare to get this put back on. Oh, these are supposed to be greased. Oh, those have never been greased. Look at that, that's a nylon washer. Ugh. Here we go. Well, I made this other one with the orange lever. And they're the same. Heck, I didn't even look at that, but this needs to be put back on here. Set that aside. And I'm gonna put a little bit of grease on that. What I'm gonna do here is just gonna put a little bit of grease on this, because this is where it's gonna pivot at. Then I'm gonna just put a little bit here. When we smush this around, we'll wipe this all out because it's gonna spread, is what it's gonna do, which is fine. And this is our piece of plastic. I'll tell you, if you own one of these ATVs, don't be throwing or discarding all this stuff. If you take any of this stuff apart and you replace it with new parts or something, you need to make sure that you hold on to these parts. Manufacturers only need to manufacture parts legally for 10 years, and that's it. Dodge and Polaris are some of the worst manufacturers that they don't produce anything after those dates. So I'm gonna try to get this new lever. See, look at that. Look at how much easier that pivots with just a little bit of grease. That'll last, what year is this, 2007? So 13, 16 years. That should last 16 more years. Now this is gonna be the tricky part with this, getting this spring on here. So now that we got our nylon washer on there, just going to take one hand and kind of get this up there and see if I can pull this spring up. There we go. Get it, there we go. All right. So we got that on there. What we need to do, remove excess grease. Maybe give it a couple kicks here. Get that grease worked in there. Then we'll put our T30 Torx head up. Bolt, nut, whatever. See, I gotta figure out where that other spring goes. Because that did not go tight. See it? Huh. Well, that's why. Look at this other lever. I thought I painted over it. Son of a bitch. So there's a nylon washer on the front and the back side. I think I could just push that front one on there. Yeah, it looks like it. Just apply a little bit more grease. See, if I would have just switched levers and not paid attention, I wouldn't even have put these back up, then been stumped. Go figure. There we go. Yep. Gotta have them. Then we'll tighten this back up. There we go. That's what it needs. Got rid of the play. So if you got play in your lever, you're a person that more than likely down the road worked on this, lost the nylon washers, or they didn't go back on. I mean, I found the other spring, but I almost think the spring went here to here on these holes in the frame. Because the master cylinder, I think, mounts here, and then I don't remember. I might have to go watch one of my fucking videos. God damn it. Okay, so these are the parts that I got here. So we've got the rear master cylinder. These two bolts I know thread through there. Then this is a HEP ATV master cylinder cover. That fits on there somehow. And then this is that spring. I'll have to pull up a parts diagram. What the hell is this? Oh, we don't need, I don't need you to see that. That's over the the license plate readers over in Chatham. Okay. Okay, so it's kind of hard to get a good angle here. All the brake line connections and everything, we're not going to tighten up until I get this thing set. So the brake cup fits up here on this one, which can't go anywhere near that exhaust. I still think that's too close to the exhaust. It may not be. It'll never touch if it's tightened. Okay, I'm seeing how this is going together here. Now the brake cup, there's actually a line cut out here in the frame. And that's where that line comes in. And it's a E, they're Torx heads. I think the correct is a E20. I think. Yeah. So we're just going to get this kind of set up there. We'll tighten that one. Itty bitty, teeny weeny nut here. And I didn't like the cup. I changed the cup out from the company that I bought this from. I'll put the links below of the master cylinder that I bought here. I can't remember if I bought the whole kit together or if I bought it separate and put it together. I think it was the whole kit because it was so reasonably priced. These, okay, I think that these were like a pretty common, that was the one thing that I think Polaris did that was like, everything's kind of interchangeable with the other models of like Sportsman's and stuff like that. And it's a mat tie brake system. So I just got to remember so our internal hose, I believe, goes to the outside like this to match our holes there. And then the caliper, okay, I'm gonna have to undo these bolts. They look like 12 or 13s. They ain't 10s. This does have new brake pads. If you need help with this ATV, go to the playlist in my channel. One of the only people that have ever fixed this. Okay, your caliper mounting brackets are going to go toward the rotor, and then we're going to have to come in from the other side and get them tight. So let me get these mounted up here. See, I want to put this brake system on before I tighten the carrier. There we go. That way, if I have to do the brakes, we can do that. Looks like these bolts are 1/2 inch. If we can get them started, I'll tighten them up. Hey, that one started real good. Oh wow, I can't even get to that top one. And don't tighten a top or bottom one all the way tight. What you want to do is go from the top to the bottom so you're not offsetting the brake caliper. If you go and tighten one real tight and then go to the top, it'll actually not be level. So just get them snug, and then we're going to come back and tighten them. There we go. So we're just going to kind of get this one snug on the top. Then I'm going to go to the bottom, get the bottom snug. We don't want them tight. See, that one I may already got too tight. Then we're going to go back to the top and tighten them up. Okay, now we're going to tighten the top one. There we go. We're good. Okay, so I figured out what the spring was for. I forgot. It's for the brake light switch. So now we're going to want to mount our master cylinder here, slave cylinder, whatever. And I believe it goes like that. Because all this has to be adjusted. Man, this is why you don't take shit apart and just, oh, I'll fix it in a fucking year. Like so. And then I think the spring goes to that brake switch up to this hole. So when you apply the brake, it pulls the shaft out. I just can't remember. Then this is our shield protector. So there's a lot going on here on these bolts. So we got to run the bolt through the master cylinder, through the shield, through the brake switch, and into the hole. And then we got to do that with the bottom side. And then tighten these bolts up to 7/16 is what it is. Again, we're going to go top to bottom, get it snug. Then we're going to tighten top to bottom, back to top again. Give it a final snug. Okay. Okay, just bear with me. I should have done this before it was installed. We've got to pull this cotter pin out. I should have done this. I just got to get back in the loop. I haven't made any videos in such a long time on this stuff. There we go. Let me get this bolt out of there. So what we're going to do now is, well, I'd like to get that up as high as it can go. Boy, I don't like that. I'm not so sure. Look at that. It's not straight. So my question is it not straight because the shield I put on? I mean, technically, let's get this pushed in there first. Well, maybe it is straight. And then our spring will go here. Here's our old one. So looking at the old one, the line actually goes straight back like so, which makes no sense. Okay. So they're about the same height right there. It's all the way up. So I think we'll be okay. Come in and tighten those. There we go. I got a 13 on it. It's probably not a 13. It's probably American Standard. But a 13 works. And then we'll have to put our cotter pin on the back side. Cotter pin's just a little bitty fucking thing. Hey, looking pretty good. Hey, this ain't bad for not looking it up online. So, yeah, this spring definitely goes here. Oops. I'm not. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter which way it goes in. It just, yeah, see, it hooks on here. And then, well, I probably want it to the inside. Well, I'm not sure. I don't remember. I guess I could turn the key on. The battery's still good in this thing. because that should turn. Boy, that's janky looking. That's how it's made though. Why is this not? Oh, it's just plastic. I got that turn. I got the light. I do not have the light plugged in. Okay, let's see about getting this plugged in here real quick. And I know this light worked. Oh, Jesus. I don't want to use it. Try not to use the Lord's name in vain no more. This is a motherfucker. Hey, Bible don't say nothing about cussing. Okay. Would have maybe designed this a different way personally. There we go. We're plugged in. Okay. I'll turn the key on, see if that brake light works. Yeah, something ain't right because it's on. Oh. Well, I had the front brake was locked with my lock there. Hey, it works. And the front one works. Let's take a look at that. Well, that's good. Okay, now that we've got everything fitted, I've got to tighten these brake lines up. And I can tell you, I've already checked. The top one is a 1/2 inch. And it's got copper washers on it. Oh, no, it ain't a 1/2 inch. I about, yeah, it is. Oh. So get it tightened up. Then on the back side, got a 12 millimeter, I think. Then on this back side here, it's a 12 millimeter. And if you've never tightened these lines up, you try to hold it with your hand so you're not. See, the line's going to want to move up. You can kind of see that. So when you go to tighten, just hold it with your hand and get the washers tight there. There you go. Actually, after looking at this, there is a hole in the frame that this brake line to this brake cup does go through. Let me adjust the camera here. So what I'm actually going to do is disconnect this brake cup because it's putting too much stress on the master cylinder hose there. It's pulling the hose because it's not run through this, is pulling too tight. I'm gonna break this brake cup. I don't know if I got another one. I got a bunch for motorcycles, but not for ATVs. And there's a hole in the frame here. On the bottom side, I can't show it to you, but if you feel around, you can feel it. And then this brake hose looks like it's actually supposed to run through that little cut right here. And it's going to run up, and that's going to keep it away from the exhaust and everything else, and leave a little tension, a little space for the hose if it needs to move, so it's not so tight. It's always something, man. Anybody that works on stuff that just thinks things just go back together perfectly all the time is crazy. Just a lot of these channels or shops, you don't see this type of stuff. Got a guy a couple weeks ago that was like, well, I don't have time to work on stuff, and I just kind of told him, well, I ain't the guy for you. You need to go take it to the shop, because I ain't got time to work on your stuff. Okay, so we're pretty well set here. I may have to tighten that cup up. Everything looks like I got everything good. So next week will be, I've got to make sure my air compressor's hooked up. I've got to drain the air compressor tank, and then I run the air compressor up above and through my wall, so I have to make sure everything's okay before I bleed the brakes. I use a pneumatic brake tool bleeder, easiest thing to use. So next week will be we'll bleed the brakes, and I'll make sure it works, and we'll just proceed from there. I'm out of here.